This is a HeadGum podcast.
Sam, this is fragile. The DHV Magellan is currently caught in the tar currents, and we can't come to your location. You must go forward on your own, Sam. Good luck. We are with you.
Sam, it's Dollman. The DHV Magellan isn't working. Maybe you've heard something about this. You could throw me up in the air and find a different location for us to have a conversation.
Sam, it's me, Chef Man. The crew of the DHV Magellan ate too many pies, so we can't move the ship until everybody digests their pies. That's me, Chef Man. Good luck to you, Sam.
Hey Sam, it's me, Clogged Toilet Man. I heard something about the DHV Magellan being stuck, and I know that I was over there recently, and my whole thing is that my toilets are clogged. What I'm saying is I don't think it was me. I don't think I had anything to do with that one. That one wasn't me. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry I bothered you.
Sam, it's me. Backstoria. 35 years ago, I was stranded in between two places at once. My ha and my ka were separated, and one of them was traversed 80 years into the future, while the other one was traversed 80 years into the past. I met 3 people. They were brothers. 2 of the brothers went on to open a shelter, and one of the brothers went forward to Fort Knott City. The DHV Magellan is stuck in some tar. Unrelatedly. I'm sorry to tell you this. Good luck, Sam.
Hey Sam, this is Joel. I was wondering if you'd find any of these comic books that Ellie likes. The ones I had got all gunked up on account of the tar. And you know what? I'm just really glad there aren't any clickers around here because that would really cause a void out, if you know what I mean. Anyway, goodbye. I love you.
Sam, it's me, Shit's Penis Man. Shit. My face is a penis. I'm shitting and my face is a penis. The DHV Magellan. I'm stuck in a hallway. Why do I exist? Sam, come kill me on the ship, or take a nice photo of me on any of the floors.
We fight giant tar squids and wonder if we should have connected as we discuss Hideo Kojima's masterpiece, Death Stranding 2, this week on Get Played. Welcome to Get Played, your one-stop show for good games, bad games, and every game in between. It's time to get played. I'm your host, Heather Anne Campbell, along with my fellow host, Matt Apodaca.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the premier video game podcast, where this week we're one crew member short because Nick was voided out.
Nick voided out. His eyes crossed.
He sucked into like a pinpoint in front of us and then inverted.
Yeah. Something he's well documented. He's able to do.
Hey, now. That was just for Nick.
That was just for Nick.
That was just for Nick.
Nick's not here, but the reason we're here.
Yeah, the reason we're
here. The reason
we have
for
a
being,
podcast.
Yeah, we have a podcast, but we both finished Death Stranding 2.
That's right. We finished Death Stranding 2. And so this is going to be a spoiler-filled episode discussing Death Stranding 2. I think we can talk about intro and early game stuff, but then we'll hit probably a pretty solid spoiler wall. We'll let you know when that's coming as we enter into late game talk and, overall theory.
Yeah, because, here's the thing. We gotta spoil stuff.
Yeah, we gotta.
There's some really crazy stuff in it. We gotta talk about it. I almost couldn't sleep last night when you texted that you had finished the game and that because that sort of changed the trajectory of this episode because it was going to be something else and we won't say what it was.
Right. There was the question was, am I going to be able to finish it in time for the podcast? And sure enough, I was able to roll credits.
Yeah.
And watch even there's like a little post credit, just a tiny bit,
just a little something,
something. We'll talk all about it on today's episode of Get Played, the premier Death Stranding podcast.
That's true. Yeah, you know what? As far as I'm concerned, one of the many shows that talks about Death Stranding.
It is.
And we do it a lot. It's been some years. It's been some years, but it's also like with the release of the second one, I've felt a bit of pressure as the podcast that talks about Death Stranding a lot to like really talk about Death Stranding too. But obviously, everybody's got different commitments and things like that, so not everybody's able to dig in to Death Stranding 2 in a significant way. I was surprised I finished it when I did.
Yeah.
But we'll get to it, I'm sure. But like, I was almost not in control of me finishing it, kind of. And that's not to say it was because it was just a long string of cutscenes, because it was more that I was just so compelled to press on forward.
Yes.
That I had to finish it.
Yes. I totally understand. And we'll talk about my endgame experience when we get there.
Great.
But first, normally we aren't just playing one video game. We're playing a few different video games because we are video game players on this premier video game podcast.
That's right.
And we always ask a question, and that question is, what are you playing?
What are you playing? It's me, the merchant, and it... Oh, fuck, did I kill Nick?
No, you didn't kill him. He's just not here today. That's okay. It's okay. I know he's your favorite. It's okay.
Well, he's not my favorite.
He's not your favorite. Who's your favorite?
Ranch.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. And honestly, two peas in a pod.
I'm terrified of Ranch.
Yeah.
But also...
So is it like a keep your friends close and your enemies closer type of thing?
I'm scared that if I said anybody else is my favorite, I'd wake up in a bag.
Yeah, you'd be marked for death, certainly.
Yeah.
Bubsy was here last week.
Bubsy?
Yeah, but Bubsy said he didn't know you.
Who's Bubsy?
I was kind of surprised that you guys don't know each other from, like, the circuit. I was trying to make a friendship connection here.
Is Bubsy the bartender?
No. You thinking like Bubbles? Like Bubbles from, like, a drink?
What?
Or Sudsy? Like,
I'm not confused about whether a drink is the bartender. I know I'm all over the place, but that is not a confusing area for me.
You're right. I don't know what got into me. I don't know.
Bubsy! Down at the joint. You walk in and you're like, hey, Bubsy.
Oh, maybe.
Pour me a cold one.
Maybe. I mean, who knows what Bubsy got into after his reign as a video game mascot. Of course, he has a new game coming out as well.
Let me describe Bubsy, and you can tell me if it's the same guy.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, Bubsy, that bartender, is really long. He's got he wears heavy glasses. He's bald in the center.
Okay.
And then he wears shorts exclusively.
Yeah, okay, so I was letting you get to what I presume is the end of the description. Nothing about your Bubsy matches up with the Bubsy we
Human legs!
No, definitely not. Are you describing like Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yeah! That's him.
Stone Cold Steve Austin and Bubsy are two different guys.
All right. That was a shit.
I guess, I just real quick, if I could just ask you a question, which,
what am I playing?
No, not what you're playing.
Okay.
Because actors, I know you're not an actor, you're a guy.
Yeah, I'm a guy.
But, like, in my experience, I feel like I hear about actors that like, started together. Like, you hear about, like, Andrew Garfield, Charlie Cox, and a couple of other, Robert Pattinson, and a couple of other, like, English actors all living in the same flat together.
Robert Pattinson lived in a flat with other guys?
Yeah.
Do you think they were like, oh, no, that one's the cute one?
I don't know. I mean, hey, I don't think I named anybody to slouch at it in any of those
guys. They got together and they were like, should we cut him in his sleep? So we got a shot.
We're all nice looking, but he's too beautiful. We got to do something about it.
He's a beautiful man.
I guess what I'm wondering is, like, do you know any other character? Are you pals with any other video game character?
Oh, so like, are you asking if Wreck-It Ralph rules apply to me?
Yeah, I'm asking if Wreck-It Ralph rules apply.
It may. I did not know anybody.
It may.
Well, it may.
It could still happen.
They could still happen, but
Yeah,
as
yeah.
far as I know, I lived in a shack near a castle.
Oh, but castle adjacent, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
So you don't know, you wouldn't purport to know Leon Kennedy. You just sort of know of him.
I mean, I've met him a lot.
Yeah. Well, he's going to be paying you a visit quite often.
That fucking guy, man, no words.
No.
I'd ask him, what are you buying?
Yeah.
And he just fucking pointed shit.
Yeah, he's not really saying, I'll have one of these.
Yeah, he didn't look at me and he'd be like that.
He's not getting. He's not getting to your
He
little
didn't even
briefcase.
say shit to me. Fuck that guy.
He's not getting to your open cloak and going, I'll have the.
Nothing.
No, he's not doing any of that.
He didn't do anything. He just pointed at me like I'm an animal.
Yeah, that's rude. I'm sorry.
What's rude?
Yeah, horrible. I'm sorry about
What
that.
was the question?
If you just knew any other guys,
Oh, I know.
Joel has been on here before. Joel Miller from The Last of Us. Okay, so you don't know Joel.
Miller.
You don't know Joel. You don't know Bubsy. You seem to know Ash Ketchum, I think.
Oh fuck! I don't like that guy.
No, yeah. Ash Ketchum is tough.
He's terrifying.
Yeah.
We did an episode together where I met him.
I guess you did, huh?
I met him once.
You met once,
And then I saw him in the hallway. when
Yeah.
You guys were doing the named
Yeah, we're doing a name.
get a named podcast,
Yeah.
and he was in the waiting room.
Yeah, he was getting ready to punch us.
Yeah, I don't like that
Yeah.
little kid. Terrifying.
Yeah, quite rude. He's like he's worse than one of the South Park kids.
Are those real?
Yeah, they're real. And they're quite rude, I think. Cartman, Kyle, Stan,
Wow.
Kenny.
Yeah, I thought those were cartoons. They were real guys.
Those are real guys.
Well, I want to avoid Colorado.
Yeah, you do. I think it's for the best for all of us. Stay out of there.
You know what's nice about Nick not being here?
What's that?
Is you're
You got a
not
little-
hustling me through. I feel like that guy's always trying to get me to go.
If you're accusing me of trying to pad the runtime
No,
here,
I'm not trying to accuse anything. I just feel grateful because I feel like you're demonstrating friendship.
well, I wouldn't go that far. I would say more that Nick, when Nick's here, he has questions for you sometimes, and I'm sitting back. I don't feel like I get to interface with you as much.
Nick is challenging.
Yeah,
He's always trying to catch me on something.
yeah. I'm just listening.
Yeah, we're shooting this shit.
Yeah, well,
Your Coca-Cola has a lady on it.
yeah. This is a Coke Zero Star Wars collab. It's got Princess Leia from Star Wars.
Oh, I like a Star Wars. That's pretty good. Ranch. Have you ever seen Star Wars?
I've seen episode 4 of Star Wars.
So you've seen the original one.
Yeah.
You've seen one Star Wars.
I've seen one Star Wars.
Was it? So when you saw that one,
Which one is 4?
4 is A New Hope, is the one where you meet Princess Leia for the first time, actually.
Well, anytime you meet Princess Leia is the first time.
No.
No, because if you watch, if I watch Rise of Skywalker,
They're
that's
meeting
the
her.
first time I've ever met
I guess, but
Princess Leia.
my knowledge of her is not new every time.
What?
I'm not meeting her for the first time. They are typically. New characters are always meeting her for the first time. But as a viewer, it's all. I don't know. I'm getting confused and scared. I want to ask Rand something about this.
Rance. Matt wants to ask you a question.
Help. So were you sort of when you saw it, were you like, hey, this is good, I'll get to the other ones? Or were you sort of like, I'm done with this, I think?
No, I just haven't gotten to it. I think I watched it in my 8th grade English class.
Okay.
Wow.
So you watched it over 3
What?
days.
Basically. And I really liked it.
Yeah.
I think it just got to a point where there were so many that
Yeah.
I was like, this is a whole thing that I have to figure out how to deal with later.
Yeah. Here's the thing. There's a lot of them, but there's a lot of great ones. That one, hey, if you only saw one,
That's the one
pretty
to
good.
see.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, that's a great one.
I've seen okay, I've seen one of them where he blows up a Death Star.
That could be like any number of them, actually. That happens quite a bit.
Okay. I saw one with the big furry guy.
No, yeah, same. That could be it could be a lot of them, but not all of them.
Okay. I saw one where a guy is like a robot.
Yeah,
and he's got a bunch of lights.
Oh, that's actually specifically episode 3?
Yeah, it's
General Grievous?
Yeah, I know Grievous.
You would. You guys got a similar vibe.
That guy.
Yeah.
Man, I like that guy.
I knew that they snapped when they made a robot that could cough.
Yeah, why would you do that to a man robot?
Yeah, a robot with organic material give him fucking asthma.
Yeah. That's the one I've seen now. So those are the ones I've seen.
Okay.
Blows up the Death Star, big furry guy.
Yeah.
General Grievous.
He's kind of silly. And Heather, I wonder if you agree with me on this.
What are we agreeing on?
He's kind of cool, though.
He is kind of cool. He was a skin in Fortnite.
Oh, really?
That came out if you played through all the Star Wars stuff. And he's spindly. So he's kind of hard to hit.
Interesting.
Because he's skinny and weird.
That him, Captain Phasma, I think those two are characters that, and heck, maybe even Mace Windu, why not? Characters that I think didn't get their due diligence.
Oh, okay.
I think that I could have seen a little bit more. Heck, I could use a little more Dooku. I know there's a lot of Dooku in the Clone Wars series.
Yeah.
But I like Dooku. The name, kind of funny.
I like Dooku. It's weird that Andor is one of my favorite Star Wars characters now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I think the first time I laid eyes on Cassian Andor, I was like, this is my number one guy. Just like a Mexican space pirate. I was like, this guy fucking rules. I'll love him forever. I don't care if whatever comes after this sucks. Like he's my guy.
He's so fucking
I love
great.
him. Guys, fall is here. The beers are colder. The football's back, and the fits are getting layered. But if you're still rocking old beat-up boxers under those flannels and jeans, we gotta talk. It's time to upgrade to MeUndies. These things are ridiculously soft, like don't want to take them off soft, if you catch my drift. They're made with micromodal fabric that feels like a cloud, but they still breathe when things heat up. And just in time for spooky season, MeUndies limited edition Halloween line features festive prints including glow-in-the-dark underwear, so you can bring the spooky vibes underneath it all, because that's what you want, your underwear to be scary. MeUndies has a cut for every butt with over 20 styles in 100 different colors and prints. MeUndies' signature super soft micromodal fabric is breathable, stretchy, and unbelievably cozy. Perfect for crisp mornings, chilly nights, and everything in between. Whether you're layering up for a hike or lounging in flannel all day, MeUndies moves with you and keeps you comfy. Want even more seasonal comfort? Try the Breathe line. Designed for moisture-wicking and anti-odor tech, to keep you fresh throughout fall workouts or just a long day of pumpkin picking. I love it. They use sustainably sourced materials and work with partners that care for their workers. Not happy with your first pair of undies? It's on MeUndies. With more than 30 million pairs sold and 90,000 five-star reviews, MeUndies are an essential summer must-have for every drawer. I've talked about the undies, okay? I've talked about MeUndies. And folks, the me stands for me, mine, me, I, Matt. I got the undies, and I loves them. Because guess what? The old undies, I gone back to them one time in a moment of weakness, right? Laundry day, all my MeUndies are in the freaking wash, and I put on an old pair of undies, and I'm just like, ow, ow, ah, I can't breathe, ah, it hurts. Oh no, it stinks. But with the MeUndies on, those are not my problem anymore. Right now, as a listener to my show, you can get cozy and spooky for less with deals up to 50% off at MeUndies.com/getplayed and enter promo code GetPlayed. That's MeUndies.com/getplayed, promo code GetPlayed for up to 50% off. MeUndies, that's comfort made for all.
Do you struggle with procrastinating? You know, when you put off doing something that could save you a ton? I used to be a huge procrastinator until I heard about Mint Mobile's best deal of the year that's ending soon, 50% off unlimited premium wireless for new customers. Let me tell you how I procrastinate. I would reuse toilet paper. Stop overspending with big wireless and cut your wireless bill to $15 a month when you switch. All Mint Mobile plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your current phone and phone number on any Mint Mobile plan and bring along all your existing contacts. Don't miss out on 3 months of unlimited premium wireless from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. But hurry, because this deal ends September 22nd. Look, cell phones are cell phones. What are we talking about? Your wireless carrier isn't, it's all the f***ing same, man. Am I allowed to say f*** during an ad? Well, I just did. And I told you I would reuse toilet paper to save money. Think about how much you could be saving with Mint Mobile. Quit stalling and start saving when you make the switch. Shop plans at mintmobile.com/getplayed. That's mintmobile.com/getplayed. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time, new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. This is an absolutely true story. One time I was in Japan and I had my cell phone with me, but I was following somebody around in the city and having a good time. And then they locked me on a roof of a skyscraper because they were a crazy person. That's a true story. And my cell phone didn't have wireless access. So this next ad is specifically something that I could have used in the past. Because if I'd had Wi-Fi, I could have called somebody. But instead, I had no cell phone service, trapped on a roof in Tokyo. If you've ever been lost abroad or badly needed an internet connection with no Wi-Fi spot in sight, you'll understand what a difference a local SIM card can make. An eSIM provides an internet connection wherever you travel and saves you money on roaming fees. That's where Saley comes in. Saley is a new eSIM service app brought to you by the creators of NordVPN. Here you can choose from several affordable eSIM plans in over 190 countries and 8 regions. With a Saley eSIM, you'll always have a connection when needed. Download Saley once, and you won't have to install a new eSIM for each country. You can avoid scammers selling fake SIM cards outside of train stations and airports. No more wandering around looking for a public Wi-Fi spot. With a Saley, you're always connected. They provide 24/7 support, and you get a full refund if your device isn't eSIM compatible. Download the Saley app in your app store. Use code GETPLAYED at checkout to get 15% off your first purchase or go to saley.com/getplayed. That's SAILY.com/getplayed. I eventually got off that roof when the sun rose.
Has this ever happened to you? You've been traveling abroad, you want to watch one of your comfort shows or perhaps even a sporting event, and then because you're somewhere else in a different country that doesn't have that, you can't freaking watch it? Well, I got something for you. NordVPN. Protect your private data like bank details, passwords, and online identity. NordVPN can switch your virtual location, allowing you to save money by purchasing flights, hotels, and subscriptions from other countries at a cheaper price. So look, NordVPN can do all sorts of crazy stuff. You can make it think you're somewhere else. You're wherever you are, you're not getting the best deal, switch to somewhere else. They might have a better deal. That's huge. Protecting your data whilst traveling, and yeah, I said whilst, and using public Wi-Fi, NordVPN protects you wherever you are in the world. I have a theory. This is why they haven't been able to apprehend Carmen Sandiego. She's using NordVPN. They'll never find her. The NordVPN threat protection feature protects you from viruses, malicious malware, and phishing sites. Unless that phishing site is basspro.com. No protection required there. It's the fastest VPN in the world. No buffering or lagging while streaming, and stops your ISP bandwidth throttling. ISP bandwidth throttling, a thing of the past with NordVPN. Premium cybersecurity for the price of a cup of coffee per month. Now that's what I'm talking about. One NordVPN account can be used on up to 10 devices. Your phone, your iPad, your mom's iPad, your laptop, maybe even your watch. Who could say? That's not even 10. You surely have some more. Perhaps a proprietary browser on a video game console or something. To get the best discount off your NordVPN plan, go to nordvpn.com/getplayed. Our link will also give you 4 extra months of the 2-year plan. By my estimation, that's 28 months. There's no risk with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. The link is in the podcast episode description box. NordVPN. You heard? What are you playing, Heather?
Well, okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for it.
That's not your job. I have one job. Heather, what are you playing?
Thank you, Resident Evil Merchant. That's really nice. You
Get your
very
hands
rarely
off my
let
neck.
it go. You rarely throw to me. Well, of course, I've been playing Death Stranding too.
That's right.
But I've also been playing the Nintendo 3DS. Why?
Heather, what's wrong with you?
Why
What?
am I playing the Nintendo 3DS here in the year 2025? I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
As I've spoken about before, lightly on the podcast, there is an emulator for the Virtual Boy called Red Viper. Red Viper
That's pretty
allows
cool.
you to play Virtual Boy games as they were intended in 3D. And I brought my 3DS here so that Matt could fool around with it while I talked about my experience playing emulated 3D Virtual Boy games in red and black.
Wow. This was an exciting day because I get a text from Heather, could you bring your 3DS charger? And let me tell you something. I've never been more ready to bring something in my life. That thing's bedside, the charger.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. There's so many fucking hacks and homebrews on this. It takes forever for it to load up now.
Yeah.
It takes like a full, I've turned it on and normally they just pop into life.
Yeah.
But instead it takes fucking forever and my menu screen is like 150 games or some shit.
Yeah, mine's so many also. But yours is the 3DS. Mine is a 2DS XL. And I'm looking at yours and I'm kind of like, do I want that?
Well, I'll tell you why you want this. And
Yeah.
it's because of the ability to play Red Viper.
Yeah.
So I'm going to load up Virtual Boy Wario Land, by far the standout game for the
Here we go.
original 3DS. And
Wow, I already forgot. I love looking at the 3D screen.
it's so good.
It's really good.
And I'll tell you, I've been playing Virtual Boy Wario Land so much in the last week that my conclusion is it is a good game. It's not just like a novelty to play it.
Right.
I think what I've learned is the Virtual Boy form factor was preventing me from truly enjoying Wario World or Wario Land, the game,
Yeah.
which is it's a Nintendo platformer that like nobody has played because the Virtual Boy came and went in a span of 8 months, and then playing Virtual Boy Wario Land on a flat screen removes the joy, the pleasure of all the 3D effects that they are fully throwing at you in order to demonstrate the 3D of the Virtual Boy. Now, kids at home, if you don't know what the Virtual Boy is, because I showed this to the writer's room and people were like, what are you fucking talking about? Though we have done an episode of the Virtual Boy in the past, I'll tell you. After the Game Boy, before the Game Boy Advance, Nintendo released a tabletop 3D video game system that you would mount on a tripod on your table and then peer into like a microscope and play 3-dimensional games while fully blocked off of light and the surrounding world. Those games were only available in the colors red and black, which were also the decorative colors of the system. And the truth is, they fucking look great. They're like not Game Boy Advance level graphics, but better than Game Boy. And I really, really enjoy playing them on the 3DS through the Red Viper emulator. I also played Waterworld, which plays a lot better on the 3DS. You can kind of understand what's happening, whereas when you play it in the goggles themselves, you're confused what you're supposed to do. I played some tennis, some Mario Tennis. I played some 3D Tetris. Awful game, really bad decision, but futuristic leaning, like retro futuristic leaning game. I don't know, man. I've been having a blast.
So I've been silently smiling and playing this Wario Land game here. And I'm honestly kind of blown away how good it looks on this screen. It looks so nice and so like if this was the presentation of any of these games, people would have been like, they're onto something.
Yeah.
Like even if I'm seeing it in red and black, of course, and like I know that there's like the mod for color or whatever.
Yeah, the Red Viper emulator allows you to change it so that they are like Game Boy Color style graphics instead of just the red and black. I'm a purist.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play it in red and black.
But it's just like, it looks so good. It's like, even just a 3D effect, there was like a swinging ball coming toward the screen, and it looked how you would want it to look instead of shitty and bad.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it made me reevaluate the Virtual Boy as like it's takes up a place in my heart that is both like, silly, nostalgic. I love a Nintendo hardware that fails. That's interesting to me.
Yeah.
But it makes me feel like if they'd managed to do a 3-dimensional, like the 3DS, a 3-dimensional Game Boy at the time, I think it would have sold crazy well.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm also just like, it's the screen is just so nice. So like the pixel work is just like really well done, and like the sprite work, it's just so like, this is gorgeous.
Yeah.
This looks so crazy. You won't not be able to get a good look at it on the video.
Right, because when you point a camera at the 3D screen, it looks like nonsense.
I actually probably broke the camera. But like there's this animation of Wario jumping on these spring platforms and propelling him backward to another platform that's like in the foreground, and then bringing him back to where like the play area is, and it's so cool.
Yeah,
this is great, Heather.
Yeah, it liberated.
I don't even want to talk about Death Stranding 2 anymore.
It liberated the Virtual Boy library and makes it really fun to play. So that's what I've been playing is fucking Virtual Boy games.
Crazy.
On the 3DS, here in the year 2025.
I'm happy for you. That's good stuff.
It is really fun.
The 3DS XL, nice in the hand too.
Yeah.
That's nice stuff.
Yeah. And this one, it's a modded system. It has an IPS screen, so it's got richer blacks.
Oh, no wonder it looked so nice.
Well, I mean, they all look
nice, but I was like really like, this is nice. I was like, this one was like as nice as my phone.
Yeah, it looks really good.
All right, so I got to talk about a couple things real quick. I'm going to briefly talk about Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater real quick. Sacrilegious on the Death Stranding 2 episode, I gotta say.
Ooh, spicy.
I have been playing it though, and I talked about it with Nick a little bit last week.
Okay.
It's just the same shit. It's the same thing. It's exactly the same game with updated visuals and updated and some updated gameplay, but they haven't changed. Like they made it so that like, and I don't know how much of Metal Gear Solid 5 you've messed around with, but like he can aim on the ground and like sort of like roll around like and stuff like that and become prone. He can do that in this one, and it's just. I just love it. It's just like such a good. It's just a good video game, and I am enjoying it. And This is why I'm bringing it up for your sake, because I don't have that much more new to report. But I was trying a non-lethal run.
Oh wow!
I was attempting a non-lethal run and was getting decently. I was handling it. I was doing well. And then I accidentally killed somebody. And now I'm playing a murderous psychopath run. Where the legend of Naked Snake big boss will be the day that he went to fucking Groznygrad and killed every person in the area. Which will then, of course, make that one boss fight
Super hard?
super hard
Yeah.
or take forever because I'll be walking a path of vengeance where ghosts are trying to stop me at every turn. But I'm just really enjoying it, and the game is just like funny in the same way that it is. But like, there's also like a splash screen at the beginning of the game. I didn't bring this up. That's sort of like, hey, like we remade this game exactly the way it was for 2003. There's some outdated shit in this, which I think is cool that they put that there. But it's just like then funny to be like, oh, well, like if you hadn't played it before, to be like, oh, I wonder what it is. You're like, oh, there's this prompt on the screen for me to press R1. I guess I better see. Oh, I'm just staring directly at Eva's chest. Got it. Okay, great. So like I'm enjoying that. It's great. I want to really mess around because I had never really played I didn't mess too much around with Snake versus Ape, the Ape Escape monkeys, and I love those little monkeys. So I'm gonna try that out. Hopefully I'll beat it soon. I don't have like a big. Well, that's not true. I don't have like a AAA experience going other than that right now. Because the main thing that I got going. I have to timestamp the episode.
Ka-chunk.
It is, by my count, September 4th, 2025. The day that Hollow Knight Silksong releases after many years of, after being released or after being announced many years ago and never coming out in 7 years, basically.
Yes.
I've been talking about my Hollow Knight journey and playing through it, and I took a pretty substantial break from it. So I had to relearn how to play the game. And I'm happy to report that as of last night, 11:40 p.m., I beat Hollow Knight. Now, was the percentage undesirable? Perhaps. But I'm not going to do all that. I beat Hollow Knight. And look, the percentage, the game, it gives you a percentage at the end of the game when you're done.
2%.
I mean, I feel like
the milk of finishers.
I feel like, honestly, it might as well be 2%.
Oh, no.
It was it was low. It was 63. But
that's high.
It was high. I did a lot of stuff, but there's so much more. And then so I'm playing the game. I started it this year, right?
Okay.
7 years after it came out.
Great.
After all the DLC came out.
Okay.
And I basically just mainlined the main story. And there's it's interesting because it's not unlike a Dark Souls or something where all the lore is sort of told in the background, kind of, and in little texts and stuff that you can find. So there's more to it than what I got, right? But I love the world of it so much, and I like being the little guy, the little knight.
Yeah.
And then wrapping up his little what my version of his story was a very fun experience, very challenging experience. But I was just so excited and so pumped that I got in there before the buzzer.
Yeah.
Because people, I know it feels like stolen valor a little bit though too, right? Because people are so excited have been so excited about Silksong. People, a friend of mine played a demo of Silksong in 2019 at E3.
Wow.
People it's existed for a long time, but something that we talked about, or I mentioned last week, I think, was there was an article that Jason Schreier wrote, and he interviewed Team Cherry, and he basically asked them why it took so long to make the game, to make Silksong, and they were just we were just having a good time. They didn't have a deadline, they weren't online, they weren't really following the discourse or what people were saying, or getting themselves concerned with what people were thinking about it. They were just making sure it was good, and then just made it. And I'm happy to say that I downloaded it this morning, and I will say not right at 7:00. It was not on the eShop right away.
Okay.
It crashed every single digital storefront.
Wow.
On Steam, GOG, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch were all down.
Wow.
Which is really, really crazy. There was like 50. It sold 15 million the first one over the intervening years, which is I feel like quite a lot for a game of its size and scope. So I'm hoping that I'm hoping it'd be so crazy if you were like such like a fan of Hollow Knight that you bought it and finished it and you were like, I'm not gonna get in. I'm actually not interested in Silksong. I did start it up. I know Ranch started it up as well. Ranch, the other Hollow Knight sicko in this room. What was your percentage when you finished the game? Probably higher than mine, I would assume.
97%.
You got crazy with it.
Yeah, I went deep.
Yeah.
And then everything whatever percentage I have left, I think it goes up to 112%.
Yeah.
I've tried, but I just am not good enough to go further.
I and here's the thing, I could still go back, and there's a chance that I will someday. Knowing that Silksong was so close and that I was so close to being done, I just had to wrap it up.
Yeah, you had to get through it.
I had to do it. But starting Silksong, immediately I was like, Death Stranding 2 might be in trouble. I was like, this game is already so fucking good. It's so great. What's your experience with it been like so far, Ranch?
I was so happy to have more areas to explore and more worlds.
Yeah.
I just wanted so much more after I finished it.
Yeah.
And now we have it. So it's a good feeling.
It's really nuts because it was planned as DLC to the original game, which is crazy.
Really?
Yes.
Holy shit.
And I think that's why it was playable at some point.
Right.
And then they just took the time to iterate and make it great. And it's there are already, of course, trolls on Steam and stuff being like, it's just a reskin of Hollow Knight. It's the same thing. And it immediately plays so differently because you're playing as Hornet, who is a character that you meet in the first game and have to fight several times. And she's very fast and has a cool moveset and stuff. And you don't have access to that stuff yet because of course you start from zero.
Of course.
Every time in games like this, except Jedi Survivor. That was the only time where you basically have all your powers from the beginning and then you get more.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. So in this game you start as her and you play as her in this game, and it's already so different. There's quests, there's dialogue between characters, there's whereas in the first one the knight that you play as doesn't speak, doesn't speak back, just kind of listens.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think there's a good narrative reason for that he doesn't speak. But in this one, Hornet's her own lady, and so she's going around just being where the fuck am I? What is this? And it's really, really fun. The stuff that I've been enjoying so far, I already taken down at least 2 bosses sort of right away, just ones that they sort of set you up to fight. But you have this you have in the first game you can do what's called a needle jump, and that's a downward attack. You jump up and then slash down with your sword. In this one, you have that power, but it's diagonal.
Ooh.
Which it's kind of interesting because you have
it's the Akuma drill kick.
You have to time it very specifically if you're trying to do it. If you're trying to hit somebody, they're not directly below you. You're not going to attack directly below.
Huh.
You have to sort of figure out when you're going to land that attack or use that attack to traverse certain things that you can jump on and stuff. You can also grab on the ledges when you jump, which is just a massive upgrade. That's it. But you get a double jump in the first game pretty late, I feel and then you can sort of scale walls at a certain point too. But early on, I'm just already so satisfied and can't wait to get back in there. My time in the first one was 40 hours.
Okay.
Which feels low, but I did so much, and I wish they told me. I'm sure there's a stat buried in there somewhere. I wonder how many times I died in the game, because I'm gonna guess it's somewhere between 1,000 and 10,000.
Oh my god!
Feels like so many, and it's but the game is so good. I was never mad at it. I was saying this to Ranch earlier though that like the Switch is so thin and the Switch 2 is so thin that I was sort of worried that I was going to snap it in half. I felt myself getting frustrated. But the game is so good that like it doesn't like really let you do that because you're already just like back in it as soon as you have to sometimes traverse far back after you die to get back to where you were, depending on like your last save. Similar to like Elden Ring or whatever, like if you didn't check in at a site of grace or something.
Right.
But it's so great, and I'm very excited about what's to come and like to just discover, because that's what the great thing about the first one is. It's all discovery and all of it's new. But like all of this now, nobody knows any of this shit. It's new for everybody, so it's like kind of cool.
That is cool.
Like everybody that's playing it is like doesn't know any of it because they also didn't give it out to reviewers or anything like that because it was kickstarted, so they wanted to give it to the people that kickstarted it first, which is fair.
Yeah.
And I think that's just so cool, and I can't wait to see more of it and be blown away by the boss fights, because the boss fights I'm surprised you haven't really gotten in there, because like the boss fights are so fucking good and so hard and like just punishing.
Hollow Knight just was outside of my radar. That's it.
Yeah.
It's not that I haven't heard of it. It's
Yeah.
just it was one of those games where it's like, oh yeah, Hollow Knight. But I have such an enormous library of games that I wasn't like anytime I think about like what should I go back and play, I'm like Persona, Star Wars Outlaws. Like I want to play Jedi Survivor. I want to play like I have so many games from the last 2 to 3 years, and then also from the last like 10 years.
Yeah.
And I it was just one of those ones that missed me.
And I would imagine not a lot of those are like Metroidvanias.
Yeah,
like
no.
They're not really. That's not really your zone.
Yeah, no.
Some days, your brain needs a vacation your body can actually afford. That's where IndaCloud comes in. You juggle the chaos. You answer the emails. You even go outside sometimes. So yeah, you've earned a better way to unwind. Enter IndaCloud. Federally legal THC in the form of gummies, pre-rolls, and flour, designed to turn hanging on into fully chilling. So, if you're 21 or older, head to indacloud.co and use code GETPLAYED to get 25% off your first order plus free shipping. That's indacloud.co, code GETPLAYED, 25% off, free shipping. Just a better vibe in your mailbox. So here's the thing. Look, I got sent some of this stuff, all right? I ate one of the orange soda gummies, okay? Now, look, I'll be honest. I'm a bit of a lightweight, all right? I'm not out here blazing it. I'm not over here, insert euphemism here. I'm not doing any of that, all right? I'm not always doing it. But when I do, I like to just chill out and relax. It made me very silly with my friends, and they all had a nice time enjoying IndaCloud. It sounds too smooth to be legal, right? But it is. IndaCloud's products are Farm Bill compliant, third-party tested, and made for grown-ups who want a buzz without the need to drive 25 minutes to dispensary. And that's just a fact. Dispensaries are 25 minutes from wherever you personally are. That's just how it is. More than 50,000 people already trust them, because when it feels this good, it should also feel easy. Whether you're chasing deeper sleep, better focus, or just some peace between your streaming marathons, this is how adults get elevated now. If you're 21 or older, now's your chance to float above the stress, because IndaCloud, see what they did, is giving all new customers 25% off their first order plus free shipping. Use code GETPLAYED or click the link in the show notes to claim your discount. That's indacloud.co, INDACLOUD.co. Use code GETPLAYED for free shipping plus 25% off your first order. Fill out their quick survey when you order to support this show and make your week way more enjoyable, all thanks to IndaCloud.
DraftKings Casino has your playbook for gaming action all season long. Play thousands of popular slots for a shot at jackpots,
Over 400 million has already been awarded. New players get 500 spins on Huff and More Puff over 10 days. Download the app, use code GETPLAYED, and claim your spins of your first $5 wager. Get in the game with DraftKings Casino, home of the largest jackpot win in online casino history. The crown is yours! Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins issued as 50 spins per day for 10 days. Valid for feature game only and expire each day after 24 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends October 5th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Shall we do the talk?
Let's have the talk.
We're here to talk about Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, developed by Kojima Productions and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. Released on June 26, 2025 for the PlayStation 5 exclusively, and featuring music by Woodkid and Ludwig Forsell. It was written by Hideo Kojima, Kenji Yano, Shuyo Murata, and Kota Watanabe. Directed, produced, designed by Hideo Kojima. It takes place 11 months after the first game, Death Stranding 1. And you pick up the Death Stranding narrative on the run with Lou, the BB that you have rescued from the first game. Now, there's going to be a lot of words in this episode. And if you haven't played Death Stranding, these words are going to be nonsense.
Yes.
A BB.
Also, I'll venture to say too, even if you have played the game, some of it's going to be nonsense.
We're gonna get into that, Matt. We're gonna get into that. A BB is a bridge baby, a beach
Yes.
baby. Not a bridge baby, beach baby. Who is a premature baby born to a brain dead or dead mother. Who the future UCA, which is the sort of United Cities of America that take over once America has collapsed due to an event called the Death Stranding, wherein the other world that occurs to us all after death has breached into our own world, and these the other world, unlike Valhalla, which is, like a hall of violence, or heaven, which is harps and angels. In the world of Death Stranding, the other side is a beach. And it is a beach in which time flows at a different rate.
Yeah.
You are a mail delivery man named Sam Porter Bridges. And these BBs, these babies, are removed from their still mothers, put into pods, and because they are half in between the worlds of life and death, they can sense BTs, which are beached things, these ghostly apparitions of the dead that are now in the living's world's space. When these beached things are nearby, they conjure timefall, which is a kind of rain that makes everything age very rapidly. And as Sam Porter Bridges, you reconnect the United States of America. I can't believe I'm doing this.
I was just about to say, Heather's not reading anything. She's saying this from her memory. It's very impressive.
As Sam Porter Bridges, you reconnect the United Cities of America via the chiral network, a kind of internet that uses the rendering power of servers placed on the beach. Why would people do this? Well, because time moves differently on the other side. On the world beyond death, it doesn't matter how long it takes a computer to process something. One of my favorite ideas from Death Stranding 1 is that we put servers in heaven because it allowed us to do more computation. Hooking up cities to this chiral network empowered by these servers on the beach, you are able to 3D print, you're able to fabricate designs and share information and connect the world. Unfortunately, due to a conspiracy and the villainous actions of Higgs, who is a guy who is obsessed with the idea that maybe human beings should die in an extinction event, you have to fight Higgs, convince your Amelie, is that the sister?
Yes.
Convince your sister.
She's an an extinction entity.
She's an extinction entity. You have to convince your sister not to end the world. She does so, and you return to the world of the living with your BB, and then you have to flee the United Cities of America because BBs are supposed to be inventory. They're not supposed to be things that you bond with. And Sam takes his BB out of its pod and begins to raise it as a child named Lou, and that's where the second game picks up. You are on the run in Mexico, living in a shelter with your child, Louise, a little girl. I'm going to level some complaints about Death Stranding 2 at the top.
Whoa.
Playing Death Stranding 2 made me realize how much I love Death Stranding 1.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason Death Stranding 2 doesn't supersede that love is because in a lot of Kojima's games, when he does a sequel, he doesn't just iterate on what's come before. He like fucking takes a left turn.
Yes.
And that's what I went into Death Stranding 2 expecting.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting, if all of this shit that I learned in Death Stranding is the preamble, what new crazy shit am I going to learn in Death Stranding 2? Like,
yes.
If I have just, in that monologue that I just gave, all of that was like playing a awesome science fiction novel.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, holy shit, this is stuff that I'm going to think about forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 3-Body Problem. It's like anything, right?
Yeah.
Any Blade Runner, like stuff that you like. And so Death Stranding 2 is not an expansion of ideas. It is an expansion of mechanics and an expansion of story.
Yes.
But it is very, very rarely expansion on ideas.
Yes.
And oftentimes repeats beat for beat a lot of the stuff that happens in Death Stranding 1.
Mm-hmm.
It is more well paced. But yeah, I don't want to spoil anything yet, but it's a little bit like if in the first 4 minutes of Death Stranding 1, I'm introduced to BT's Timefall, Fragile,
yes,
and the idea that like porters are important. The first 5 minutes of Death Stranding 2 is I'm a dude with a daughter.
Yeah.
And nothing new is happening.
No, it's kind of, some of it is Evangelion and then Rebirth, rebuild.
Yeah, rebuild
of Evangelion, where it's like it's iterative. It's a almost like a facsimile of the first thing, but with some slightly new information or different angle on the information as well.
It's got tighter pacing. It has more. One of the things that you do in Death Stranding games is you build infrastructure, and it has more options for infrastructure.
Yes,
available to you. You can build a monorail. You can build new kinds of equipment, but you can also build a lot of the same equipment.
Yes,
and characters who are introducing this equipment to you in Death Stranding 2, and again, I'm saying all the negative stuff up top because I love the game, so I don't want to just
and it's not even really negative.
Yeah. Characters will be like, hey, I invented a hat that does this, and Sam will be like, I already know about that hat. And it's like, oh, well,
Yeah, that's really funny though.
It is funny. It is funny. But it's a little like when somebody's like telling you about a piece of equipment that they've invented, and really all they're doing is unlocking stuff that's available in the first game.
Yeah.
And the player character has to say, I already know this. It feels a little like a missed opportunity. Whereas there are elements like the fucking coffin board.
Yeah, which I discovered had a dual purpose after I had finished the game. And it must have been said to me at some point, but...
It is said to you.
I was shocked by what I learned.
Well, it's like the coffin board is new.
Yes.
And like, why not just fucking load up the game with weird shit like the coffin board?
Yeah, I totally agree, because like that's like the stuff that they do add that's like that is like few and far between. There's not many like that many new things.
Yeah.
But it all just obviously it all works for you. You liked the game. I loved the game too.
Loved it.
So I don't have as many complaints. I have I think one very specific complaint.
I have one more complaint, but I'd like to hear yours unless you want to
mine's almost rude.
Oh, okay.
Here's what I'll say.
Okay.
You have people like Leah Sadu.
Yep.
You have Troy Baker.
Yep.
You have Elle Fanning.
Yeah.
And just a host of Tommy Earl Jenkins.
Yep. Norman Reedus.
Hang on a second.
Oh.
You have all these like just stellar performances in the game. And sometimes with Sam, with Norman, you can't get more out of him than a
I like that.
I kind of wish that because there's some scenes in the game later on that early on too, where he really, really, I guess he really has to act.
Yeah, he has the opportunity to showcase some real emotional range.
Yes, and it's not for me. It's not there.
Yeah,
and I know that there is like this sort of uncanny valley thing too, right? Where like he looks exactly like how he looks in real life, but you obviously understand that it's a video game, and like there's, I've seen the like BTS footage of these actors wearing the suits and getting their face scanned and stuff, and I know that like you sort of have to almost really overact with your face to like make it be seen by a computer to make it like you look at your face. So maybe he's just like not doing it at that level, but like there's like but he's still, I think he's great in the game, but like later on there's like we'll get to it, but there's just like a real close up on Troy Baker's face when he's acting as Higgs later on that I was just like, this is better than anything he's done in any video game.
Troy Baker is by far the standout performance of Death Stranding 2.
Yeah.
And he is among the greatest video game portrayals of all time.
Oh yeah,
in this game,
absolutely, with like a bullet. Like it's it's gonna be hard to. He's the maybe not to blow too much smoke, but he's sort of like the Andy Serkis of this medium. I think,
yeah.
Where you kind of like, oh yeah, you want to do mocap, you want to do Gollum stuff, you got to go to the big dog to to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
Because he's great. He should he should do it in movies. He's he's very talented.
Yeah. Why isn't he in movies? He's so talented.
Yeah.
So my final complaint before we launch into all the stuff I love and you love.
Yeah.
Death Stranding 1 had weird information in the emails you got. It had like you'd get like a fucking email about motorcycles. And it was just like this motorcycle was a really popular motorcycle in the year 2019.
Yeah.
And this is why it was popular. Or like
similar to Paramedic telling you about Godzilla King of the Monsters or
it would
stuff like that.
Like there was weird stuff in Death Stranding 1. And it felt like author flavor. It felt like the author of this game being like, also, I want to share stuff I love with you. Whereas Death Stranding 2 feels so much more focused and at the cost of people being like, oh man, you got to hear about vinyl. Like vinyl is like this medium that went out of fashion and then came back.
Yes.
I missed that color in it.
I think he just like replaced it. Cuz like some of the
Corpus?
Yeah, well, some of the corpus entries, like, oh man, the corpus is great. That's like the active time lore in this game where you can just go through a menu and just read everybody's story as it updates, like while you're playing it. But all like the shelters where you then get to meet like the NPCs that you're making deliveries for and stuff, they all have like serve like certain flavor, right? Where like they like the artist then populates her walls with art based on the things that you're getting. And like that stuff's cool. I think he just like maybe like that's not exactly it, but like he just sort of like refocused like what the weird stuff was. He's like, oh, like I like there's like the Junji Ito costume or whatever. He's like Junji Ito also is just like real in this world. Like he's like
sure, yeah. But yes, you do get a Junji Ito costume.
George Miller is Tarman, and he's a different guy. All these actors are different guys, but Junji Ito is real.
I just miss somebody being like, Sam, you haven't heard of The Killer by John Woo? Like, an excellent movie about the power of a pure heart, even in the worst and most villainous circumstances. You'd be
Sam,
like, okay, great.
Have you read Necromancer? I have to just tell you right now, I love Dollman, and I have a group of guys that we all talk like Dollman to each other.
Dollman is great.
He's so great. I've been talking about this game a lot with some friends of mine that have a video game podcast, if I could just shout them out real quick. They're over at Super NPC Radio. And they have a games club where they go through games like chapter by chapter. And so they asked me to sit in with them to talk Death Stranding too. And I was like, absolutely. And so I've been having a nice time just like completing 2 chapters or whatever and being like, I can't wait to talk with my boys. So if you want to hear that, you can go check them out. They're great lads. And I'll do the Dollman voice together, and it's a lot of fun. Sam, I'm thinking of getting some dinner. Do you want a hot dog?
I like you turn off the game and you come back like a couple days later, and immediately as you start it up, he's like, Sam, why don't you check out the corpus so that you can refresh yourself on what you've been doing?
I like that stuff. I don't like when he tells me something I already know. Like that my sniper rifle is really loud. I'm like, I know, bitch.
Or, Sam, that cargo is no good anymore.
Yeah, Sam, you fell off a cliff.
Sam, it appears this was the first time you used the anti-gravity upgrade on your truck and didn't understand how it worked, and you tried to jump off of a mountain. You've destroyed everything.
Yeah, no. It's like it lets you jump.
Yeah.
But it's not safe.
Yeah.
How many, like, because I felt like early on one of the new mechanics, and we should talk about this in a discernible order, but just while we're on Dollman for a second, you can throw him up in the air and like scope the area.
Yeah.
I felt like I did that 2 times.
0 times.
I did it like once when they told me to do it, and then was like, okay, I'll do this again. And then after I did it one time, I was like, I think I'm just gonna go in.
Yeah. I don't need to know where everybody is. I also only built the lookout towers.
Yeah.
Enough times to be able to get them to tell me to stop doing it.
Sam, you don't need to build lookout towers. I can just toss me in the air, Sam.
So the things I like.
The performance of Dollman too is
fucking.
I think I put him ahead over Sam.
Fucking Dollman is so good. Hold on though. I'm going to be a Sam defender for a moment.
Sure. Hey, mine's heavier.
Pecco.
That's this game's version of Snake doing the Boktai. Sunlight.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's funny to be like, there's no weird stuff in this game. And I wore a rabbit hat all the way through Endgame that every time Sam took like slow steps, he would go, Pecco.
You can also catch
Pecco.
BT's like Pokemon and use them.
Yeah. There is weird shit. There's new shit. The complaints are out of the way.
Yes.
And I'm going to defend Sam's mocap.
Sam.
When Sam gets a thing like when you like 5-star shelter,
Yeah.
and Sam gets a gift from them, he picks it up and barely smiles, and it's so good because it's like a guy embarrassed to like a thing.
That is good.
It is so good.
Yeah, he doesn't want to show that he's like feels nice that he got a gift.
Yeah,
yeah.
And also when he eats a kryptonite in his shelter, and he kind of like looks at the camera just a little, like
I'm being a little nasty.
Yeah.
I liked making his face funny in photo mode. I was doing more photo mode early on while like the environments were more novel to me, right? So like I would see something in like Big Moon. I'd see Big Moon.
Oh, Big Moon.
And which got me thinking about something that I texted you about yesterday that we'll talk about later.
Okay, great.
But I would like every opportunity I had to like make him do sticking tongue out face. I'm like, I got to do that. That's like funny. So maybe I was like, oh, his face is capable of so much more, and he's not really doing it in the game. But because I'm making him be crazy in photo mode.
Well, he's a stoic guy.
Yeah, and
he had in the first game he has a paranoia about touches, like being touched at all.
That's true. Yeah, and you know what? I think if you're gonna cast somebody, perhaps based on simply that they look like a cool guy, you can't do worse than Norman Reedus, I think. He's one of the coolest looking guys. He looks fucking awesome all the time. He's just like cool.
He's a looking guy.
Yeah. He just like looks like a tough guy.
Yeah.
Like a badass guy.
Yeah.
He just looks like Daryl Dixon.
Yeah. But, okay, again, I know there's weirdness in it. Like, the first game had advertisements for his fucking TV show.
I was lamenting that was not present in it at all, or any sort of significant
wall breaks?
Branding of any kind.
Yeah, there's no branding in it. There's no, like, like Monster Energy drink is in the first one, and there's no Monster Energy drinks. It felt a little, there were points at which where I was like, this feels like it is less alive to me.
I think it makes sense to not have that stuff though, because they had to like patch it out anyway, right?
Sure.
Like for like as like a from like a licensing standpoint, it probably is like a pain in the ass to be like, why did we fucking put Monster energy drink in this?
Sure.
To then just like patch it out or whatever. But like the stuff that's in there that is like songs and then like, or I wish there were more books actually, because they kind of made it seem like that the book thing was going to be more important than it ended up being.
Yeah.
But it was just like, it was just one book.
Yeah. It's two books.
Yeah.
There's 2 books.
I wish it, because I don't know, that's when you can get then more like strange information probably, right?
Yeah.
But should we just like get into like,
how do we talk about the game without talking spoilers? Because this game, the game is, you deliver to shelters, you build up the chiral network in Mexico.
Yes.
But I think there's a pretty major spoiler instantly in this game. And if you haven't played it, this is an emotional point that you may not want to cross. So I think we enter into spoiler country right now.
I think, okay, fine. Like get your hats and or get your hats that you get from the Pecco lady.
Pecco.
And put that on and just
Pecco.
Yeah. And just say Pecco for the rest of the recording. And giddy up because we're in spoiler country.
Yeah.
Because basically like Sam's living like a nice quiet life.
Yep.
He's got Lou. Everything kind of sucks still. Like he's maybe feeling a little used from the last game, right? Like disillusioned, but he's out there making deliveries. He's just delivering like the mail basically. But then he gets contacted for just like one last job.
Yeah.
Which is a good start of any story, I think.
Yeah.
Good shit.
And if you choose not to take on that job, the screen gets very, very small and fades into oblivion and then restarts you at the exact same decision, because truly the game only begins if you choose to take the last job.
Yes, which is very funny. There is like, that's weird.
Again, I think I'm not saying there's not weird shit in it.
Yeah, but there's not like anything weird.
It's like I wanted a little bit of the stuff that felt anachronistic. That's what I want.
Yeah,
there's tons of weirdness in the game.
And but like it's that thing that we've talked about in the past though too. where like, how weird is it really when like the reality of any video game is strange?
Yeah.
Right? So like it's all weird within the context of Death Stranding.
Right.
But maybe it's not completely immersion breaking.
Yeah, I want Dollman to be like, Sam, you've never eaten at McDonald's? Like, I want that shit.
I love the fish delight. That's what my favorite U.S. president called it.
Also, remember, like in the emails in the first game, there was also political commentary about like stuff that was happening in the U.S.
Yeah.
And that's all gone.
That stuff's gone, but like the stuff that I think remains is more like of a global interest, right?
Sure.
And it's like not as overt.
Sure.
Where it's like you could tell he cares very deeply about the climate crisis, for example. Like that's just like a big part of it. And then, but like, I mean, there's some other stuff in it too that I feel like maybe we shouldn't get into, but but like there's just like there's a lot in it. There's a lot in the text, certainly. But Sam
goes on this one last gig.
Holds a gun right at Fragile. But then he's off to it, and he's basically there's these anomalies, this phenomenon. They're called plate gates, and there's one that connects Mexico to Australia.
Yeah.
And well, first he has to like get Mexico on the chiral network first.
Yep.
And then from there, now that Mexico's online, they can then go through this plate gate.
They can activate the plate gate.
Yeah, and then enter Australia.
But
yeah,
while he's doing this job, Fragile, who is staying with Lou at his shelter, is attacked by red mechs, which we later learn are ghost mechs powered by the energy of the beach.
Yeah.
And they attack her and Lou, and they shoot her as she is trying to transport Lou to safety, and they kill Lou.
Yes.
And this is why you have to set a spoiler country right at the top, because had I known this going in, I would have been bummed.
Yeah,
it's shocking.
It's really, really crazy. I was about to say it's like another spoiler, and I won't do it because I just won't do it because that's not fair. That's not how that works. But it is very sad. It's just like a very jarring. It's also like one of these things where you're like, can they do that? Like, it's like that okay?
Can you execute a baby in a video game? I guess you can.
I guess you can.
Like, and we've seen children die in, like, The Last of Us Part 1.
Yeah.
You know, you've seen kids die in a game before.
Yeah.
But never a baby, never a fucking toddler.
Yeah, a toddler is never, shot in cold blood.
Yeah.
But it's really like the thing that then sets the story on fire.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the reason that Sam has to continue, basically.
Right. Sam,
which then is brought up way later.
Sam's some time passes, and Sam is kind of a destitute, grieving father of this BB that he adopted. And Fragile shows up and is like, hey, we think it might help you to go do another delivery, like to just get out of the house, man, and do some more deliveries. We'd love you to come to Australia and link up the continent for like old time's sake. And he meets a couple of new people on the DHV Magellan.
Yes.
Including Tarman. He also meets back up with Deadman.
Yeah.
Who gives him a little bit more backstory about like I forget exactly what it is that he hands him.
I mean, he dies prior to Lou dying.
Oh, he
right?
dies. Yeah. So, but Deadman gives you like a thumb drive that lets you know a little bit about what went on with your girlfriend, who had died before the events of Death Stranding 1.
Yeah, Lucy.
Yeah, Lucy. It turns out, was having an affair with a guy named Neil.
Yes.
Neil, you meet in this second game, taking on the sort of mantle of Clifford from the first game. You meet him in these sort of sequences that are divorced from the main story, where you transport to an other world and you fight Neil for reasons that aren't immediately clear to the player.
Right. And he looks like Solid Snake for some reason.
Well, I know why he looks like Solid Snake, and I want to talk to you about it.
Okay.
Do you want to just start talking about theory, or you want to keep talking? I don't know what we're doing.
I don't know. There's so much to do. Can we do this for 10 hours? There's a lot. I guess let's go through the story, though, right?
All right.
So
you go through the story real fast.
I mean, a lot of crazy shit happens.
You fight Neil, whose name is Neil Vana.
Yeah, his name is Neil Vana. But I will say, like, to what you're saying, that like I feel like we can get through the story kind of quick because there's almost not that much of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, he meets. We meet Neil Vana. There's a couple other new characters in this game. You have Rainey, who's part of your troop.
Rainey is. Oh, go ahead.
She's like Storm, where she can bring the rain.
She can bring the power of timefall rain.
Yes.
On command, which has made her an outcast because she couldn't go anywhere without making it rain.
And here's the thing. Another stellar performance. Really, really good.
Yeah, fantastic performance. Then you meet when you are fighting against Neil Vana. Fucking, I love the names. I wish this dude hadn't cornered the market on naming a character exactly what they are.
Yeah.
Because it would be so hyped to have discovered that. To just be to be an author or a writer who just names your characters the Thing.
It is really a special touch.
Yeah.
Right. And then like if somebody else did it, you'd kind of be like, that's Kojima's thing. Yeah. It's
if you created an action movie and you name the main character Tough to Kill Man. Like
yeah, he just basically has like male actor in a porno rules. Like, Johnny Hard.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, cool.
So when you're fighting against Neil Vana, who appears to you in tar falls, which are tar eruptions that come up out of the ground. The tar is sort of like a primordial fluid that is leaking from the beyond. You rescue a girl played by Elle Fanning, who doesn't have a memory and doesn't have a capacity for speech. She's real infantilized female trope.
Yes.
But over the course of the next weeks that this game takes place,
my Sam didn't really sleep, so it's kind of hard to know when was what, you know.
Rainey and Fragile, who is the sort of captain of the DHV Magellan, a ship that can go from location to location by surfing the tar currents underneath the mantle of the earth.
Yeah, when they do this, everybody looks gray.
Yeah, everybody looks gray.
I like that part.
They sort of restore function to Tomorrow and teach her words. And,
yes.
And they also begin revealing her powers, which are sort of to make things age rapidly.
Yes.
While you are sort of building up this cast of characters, Higgs, the enemy from the first game, shows up, reappears in the second game, even though he was executed by Fragile in the first.
In the red mech
ghost
suit.
mech suit.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I want to circle back real quick. We did forget one major character.
Oh, yeah?
Charlie,
Charlie.
the onboard the DHV Magellan. And he is a mannequin with no arms or legs, but he's a robot, and he you can select a voice for him, and 3 of the options are fake outs, and the only one that you actually can pick is Die Hardman's voice, and it's for a very good reason.
So you're traversing the landscape of Australia with this crew in tow, connecting them to the chiral network as you begin to piece together Neil Vana's story. Neil Vana was having an affair with your girlfriend, Lucy, and it turns out that he got her pregnant. And, Sam is like, well, fuck her. She fucking cheated on me anyway. What difference does it fucking make?
Yeah.
It wasn't my baby. It's fine. I don't care. It's like, oh, we also forgot that
Pecco.
That he, while he begins this journey, he is carrying his BB pod.
Yes.
And into the BB pod appears a BT of Lou.
Yes.
Like floating in his BB pod, and so he still has this connection to Lou. Is still with him in this second game.
But at a certain point, it just like looks like a baby again, right? Like, and that's like, I mean, we can just say it because we're in spoiler area. Sam is like having a really hard time with this mentally because no shit, like it would be so crazy to like go back to work after, you know, your surrogate child has been murdered in front of your eyes. But so like all these characters are sort of like helping keep this illusion that like Sam's fine, kind of. We're like, oh, like like Sam, and like, Sam's basically playing with like an empty basket, basically. And it's like it's so sad.
It is. It is super sad, and they make it pretty clear to the player that there isn't anything in that pod.
Yes, but every time they give you more information about it, they treat it like it's like a new piece of information. Because it is for Sam, but it is not for you at all.
There, everyone's a little bit like, well, can I see your pod, Sam? Oh,
nice.
Nice. You meet a doctor whose ability to she has like you know, supernatural beach connected hands that she can reach in and out of wombs and can transplant babies to pods in order to examine them, which is fucking crazy. But I guess as the game goes on, what is revealed to you is that Neil Vana was not actually, again, spoiler fucking country.
Giddy up, yeehaw. I'm Sam.
Pecco. Neil Vana who was having an affair with Lucy, your girlfriend, was not actually the father of the baby that she was carrying. It was indeed Sam. But in order to protect that baby from the UCA, because Sam is a repatriate, he has the ability to never die. Neil was asked to pretend that it was his baby so that the UCA would be less interested in the baby. The two planned to flee to Mexico in order to protect this baby from the clutches of the UCA and are both executed in the attempt. That baby is then transferred to a BB pod and then transferred again to a different BB pod, BB00. That BB then comes into Sam's care. And it turns out that Lou, the baby he had been taken care of in the first game and was executed in the first few chapters of this one, was his actual daughter. Gasp.
And we should point out, too, that Neil and Lucy know each other. Like, they met long ago. In, like, what, the original, like, incident? Like,
in the original Stranding event. When Neil was a child, he was running through.
He was just an Italian little boy.
He's running through the streets, fleeing the effects of this sort of international incident, the Death Stranding, and he gets a sort of metal coin. It's not a coin, like a metal charm. Is so hot from one of the explosions on one of these buildings that it singes into his skin and can't be pulled off right away. And then he meets a little girl, and that little girl goes to grab his hand, and her hand is burnt from the burning metal piece that is still embedded in Neil's hand. When they are adults and they reconnect, they realize that they'd met each other when they were children trying to flee this disaster. So much of the story is revealed in the final, final 25% of the game.
I mean, because a lot of it is like you're making deliveries that are crucial to just sort of move on to the next thing. There's like one of my favorite missions in the game was the one, or one of my favorite sequences was when you have to sort of like log 3 different things on, and you have support from the DHV Magellan, and they can do like aerial blasts while you're sort of like handling stuff on the ground. I thought that was like just like a great sequence. There's like some really great set pieces. The stuff with Neil Vana is great because you go into this, like, there's this a concept that is explored in this game is nirvana, right? And they talk about it a little bit, and like I just like did a little bit of reading on my own. I was like, what's he getting at here? What are they trying to do? Because there was something about it was reminding me of something else, which and so I was looking into it, and then just the very basic idea of it is this, like, when you die, your consciousness returning to a collective consciousness rather than an individual soul or like identity or whatever. You sort of return to like one place and one thing.
Yeah.
And because of that, and because of the beach and what the beach is, and what Higgs wanted to do in the first game, and then what we learn is going to happen, or what he wants to happen in the second game. It also was just really reminding me of Neon Genesis Evangelion, specifically the Human Instrumentality Project. And I would not have known any of that had you not infected my brain with that masterpiece. But I was just like, really like, gosh, like, what are they getting at with this? But basically, they want to get all of Australia on the chiral network. And you're doing this, and you think hold on, too. There's a president. There's a president that's on board, not on board, but like that talks with you quite a bit and is like, hey, like, I think we have to like talk privately and stuff. And then starts talking to you on a private channel, which seemed wrong. Seemed wrong immediately. It just seemed incorrect, especially because the way you see people on your communicator thing is like they're like in like a sort of blue sort of light type of thing, and then when you talk to the president by himself, it's like red and gray. Yeah. And I was like, I think he's bad. Yeah. Something about him seems bad to me. And he's talking to you, and he's like, hey, like, I think that something's fucked up, and I think that like this this new delivery system this new company that's like trying to put Australia on the map or whatever might not be exactly what you think it is. And then we find out that that's true, but it's his fucking fault. Yeah. And so it all kind of comes to a head in like chapter, 13 or something. And I'm sure we're missing some crucial detail, but like I feel like a lot of stuff happens here forward.
Yeah, a lot of stuff sort of piles on at the end. Yeah. What you learn is that the president of Australia is actually sort of a manifestation of 4,000 souls that are on the beach.
There's no weird stuff in there.
Look, man.
This is a fucking robot guy with 4,000 souls.
Not what I mean.
He can look like any guy.
That is a bad faith reading of what I mean.
I'm just joking. I also have to circle back real quick. There's a red samurai that you meet throughout the game that doesn't speak but makes like the baby noises that Lou makes. And so for a lot of the game, I was like, is Lou
a samurai?
As a baby? But then you find out at a certain point that it's Dead Man's corpse. Dead Man's corpse. Because Dead Man, who had died early in the game, he was able to put his like ha in somebody else's car, in Heartman's car or something. Right. And so like when Heartman is on the beach, he's able to use his body because he's not using it. Which is an interesting idea.
It's an awesome idea.
Which is really, really, really great. But then, the samurai ends up being Dead Man, but then it's also then not Dead Man. Which is crazy.
So the president is like, I'm actually going to make a perfect world for everybody where nobody has to leave their houses. Yeah. Everybody can be in constant communication. He's effectively pitching lockdown.
Yes.
And given that Kojima rewrote part of this story when COVID happened, I wonder if that's the part that he rewrites, is that the temptation is, what if we made a world where nobody had to go outside anymore? Yeah. And there is a tension between the desire to have things be tangible and real and the desire to be safe. And this president of 4,000 Souls has decided to make everything safe for everybody in exchange for your ability to be free. And Charlie
kind of sounds like
What?
Kind of sounds like real life.
It does sound like real life. Except we don't get safety and we just
we don't get either thing. Actually, this would be better.
We just get less free.
Yeah.
No safety in exchange.
None, yeah.
These are worse.
Yeah. That's how bad it is. I'm like, I'll take safety over no freedom, I guess.
So it turns out that Charlie, who has been voiced by Die Hardman this whole time, actually is Die Hardman. And he has been reverse hacking this the president's chiral network in order to prevent the president from taking the actions that he wants to take and locking everybody into their houses. And it seems like the day has been saved. There's not a big boss fight. Even Higgs is like, we're not going to have a big boss fight, man. What's the fucking point?
Yeah.
And you seem to be going forward with your life, but Higgs shows up and kidnaps Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And says, actually, I'm going to take Tomorrow to the other side because Tomorrow is Lou. How does that work? Well, here's how it worked. When Fragile was shot, she teleported Lou and herself to the beach. She took the bullet. Lou was protected, and she left Lou on the other side. And since time works in a different way on the beach, Lou grew up very fast.
Yes,
and
but
became
still
Tomorrow.
baby.
But still baby.
Yeah.
And became Tomorrow. Tomorrow then is exported from the beach where she's been protected by Nirvana this entire time. Nirvana, who was protecting the son of Sam, or the daughter of Sam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Protecting the daughter of Sam in a heroic martyrdom.
Yes.
Despite Sam constantly trying to execute this dude, Neil is protecting, and you can see in his bag, you can see the glowing BB pod. You can see him actively protecting Sam's daughter.
Yeah.
Sam's daughter is Tomorrow. Higgs knows it. And if Sam's daughter is Tomorrow, then she is also an extinction entity. He can use her to unlock the end of the world. He brings her over to the side of the beach. There's a huge fucking fight where the DHV Magellan has to be grafted to a BT and punch people like he's Godzilla while you're running along the beach. You fight the Red Samurai. Let me tell you something about the Red Samurai fight. They did not program it well.
Yeah, I didn't really have a hard time in the game at all. I played it on normal.
I played it on brutal.
Yeah.
That thing is not programmed to do it. Like, it doesn't know what to do if you just run at it and hit it. I think it wants to have a shooting match.
And that fight in particular, you only have a guitar that shoots.
Yeah.
That is a gun.
No
also.
weird stuff.
I want to circle back to Die Hardman's reveal real quick, though, because you basically learned that he was doing Parasite in his own ship.
Yeah. He's like in a fucking closet.
Yeah, like everyone's like walking around. He's just like, ooh, and then you learn that the DHV Magellan stands for Die Hardman's Vessel. And when he does his big reveal, he does so through the art of dance.
Yeah.
It does, I'll say, a long dance.
A long dance.
It's not the only dance in the game either.
No.
There's a great dance that is only triggered by a certain event in the game if you play a song that Dollman knows and likes, that then triggers a cutscene where Dollman dances. You haven't seen this?
Are we talking about the Hot Springs song?
No.
No, I haven't seen this.
I'll send you a link. It's,
okay.
It's one of these things where there's a lot of stuff in the game that you could just miss.
Yeah.
That
Tarman's backstory.
And some of it is just it's not, none of it's buried in menus. It's more just somebody saying something that doesn't really sound significant.
Yeah.
But if you kind of just follow even the smallest thread, something strange will happen.
Yeah.
And so this thing with Dollman, you're in your room and you'll have heard the song from point A to point B, on when you're traveling or whatever. And he'll be like, "Oh man, was that song? Sam, was that song? Man, I really like that song. I'll tell you something about it if you want." And that's it. And so it's on you to then talk to him again. and then he'll tell you about why he likes the song.
No.
And then you have to go to your music player
Wow.
in the game to turn the song on. And then from there, he then will do a dance. And it's like, it's unbelievable. It's great. It's great.
Missed that.
But yeah, so then back to Higgs and what he's up to. Higgs has been, it's interesting because the president and APAS have been behind this whole time.
Yeah.
But then also Higgs has just, I guess, been, because they sort of weaponized Higgs in this way.
Yeah.
They sort of knew that the only thing that was going to get Sam to do what they wanted to do was if Higgs killed Lou, or somebody killed Lou, right?
If Higgs came back and was a threat,
yes,
then Sam would have no choice but to connect Australia.
Yes.
And then the president would be able to unveil his nefarious power.
Yes.
He makes a deal with the dead, fucking Higgs is dead.
Yes.
He's dead, but he's inhabiting these robots as a ghost.
Yes.
And the only place you can fight him is on the beach, which you do in the end of the game.
Yes.
You charge up this beach, you beat the Red Samurai, and then you fight Higgs in a couple of different ways. One is where he's teleporting in between servers. One is where he is up on the shoulder of a giant BT. And then finally, in a basically one-for-one recreation of the first game's final fight, you get health bars on the top of the screen, and you attack each other with guitars until you have beaten the shit out of one another, while also once in a while jamming on those guitars.
It is very funny that they jam, because it's so funny in the first game that that's what the fight is, and then you just have to think that Kojima was like, how do we spice this up? How do we make this same point kind of that because I think the point that he's trying to make maybe is that boss fights are kind of dumb. They're kind of, because it's not very exciting. Some boss fights are great depending on the game or whatever. The bosses in a Souls game or even Hollow Knight, for example, are designed to be a certain way because there's attack patterns you got to follow and stuff like that. But sometimes they're just kind of whatever. And I don't know if a game like this where the story is so dense and you need I think the story is the game, not the the fighting, right?
And that's I think sort of hinted at by the fact that you can pretend you've won each boss fight.
Yeah, it's you don't have to do it, actually.
If you lose the fight, you can just pretend you won it with a button press.
Yes.
You can also play a mode where you don't fight the bosses. He doesn't want you to suffer in order to see his story.
Yes.
I was disappointed by the final boss fight.
Were you? I mean, I was kind of it's this again.
Yeah.
But because it was the guitar stuff, I was this is good.
I was so bummed when it was the same, because when the first game goes to 2D fighting and you get health bars.
Yeah.
I was like, this fucking game doesn't stop giving. Everything is so packed with ideas and fun and life. And so when it happens again, I was like, oh, we're literally doing the same fight again. That bums me out. I also understand Kojima Productions needs to make fucking money.
Yes.
And the more time you spend developing a game, I don't know the turnaround between the initial planning stages of Death Stranding and the execution on Death Stranding, but it's only been 5 years to Death Stranding 2.
Yeah, which is, I think, remarkably fast.
Yeah.
For a game in its size and scope,
Yeah.
right? I guess the end, it is. I did think, oh, it's just this again, but there has to be some reason for it, right? Because you think about if it wasn't that, and it was just you're fighting in the same way that you fight all the other characters, that feels unrewarding in a way too, right? Where if you're just using the multi rocket launcher on Higgs, and then it just ends him, and then there's a cut scene where you just obviously blew him up, but then he's gonna talk forever. You know what I mean? It kind of to me it is almost like an interactive cut scene, because it's you're not gonna lose that,
right?
Yeah.
And they're saying dialogue during the fight.
Yes,
go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
and I fucking hate you,
Yeah.
and fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
After you beat Higgs, a giant baby version of Lou comes from a womb in reality and eats him.
Yes.
And then you, in a sort of phantom experience, you re-deliver Lou to your home shelter as you did in the beginning of the game, only to reawaken on the DHV Magellan, where it is revealed that Fragile died protecting Lou,
Mm-hmm.
that Lou never died and grew up to become Tomorrow, and that Fragile died on the beach. And because time moves differently, her body was still capable of living on until she was able to finish the mission with Sam.
Yes.
You also, before this, you got a really lovely kissing scene with Sam and Fragile.
Yeah.
Where he's just kissing her corpse when you really sort of deconstruct what's happening.
Yeah.
He's just like fucking sucking the face of a corpse.
Here's what happened to me. My wife comes home. I'm playing this game. We're in the end here.
Yep.
It's basically all cutscenes from here on out. I'm crying. I'm sitting on the couch and I'm fucking crying.
I cried.
And my wife is like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I can't explain any of this to you." Like, I was like, I can't. There's nowhere to begin. I'm like, I actually probably should just send her the episode, honestly, because like it is like so crazy to try to explain in that moment when I'm like experiencing it. And then we went out, and then like I was still kind of like in like a bad mood, not because I was like mad that I didn't like the ending of the game or whatever, but I was still so like emotionally raw that I was like not ready to be outside, and then everything was bothering me.
I cried when you redo the opening.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I paused the game and I turned to Mary.
Yeah.
She was on the couch reading a book, and she's like, "You okay?" And I'm like, "You gotta bring the baby home."
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she's like, "What?"
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'd also shown her like when Die Hardman is dancing. I was like, "I think this might be the end of the game." And she's like, "Oh, let me watch." And we watched, and then he started dancing, and she's like, "What is happening?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I actually don't think this is the end of the game."
This can't be it. But it ends, and it's sort of like as happy of a resolution as it could be. Sam is reunited with Lou,
who is Tomorrow,
and
she remembers the first game. She's like, "I remember our journey together." And then you see her years later, and she has become a porter.
Do you think she remembered? Do you think she remembered me falling down a mountain holding her? I was thinking about like the stuff you have to think about when you're playing a game, like just like the cognitive dissonance you have to have, where you're sort of like, if I fell with a baby strapped to me down a mountain, at least one of us would be dead. Perhaps both.
Baby's dead.
Yeah. I think that the game, but I guess, gosh, we should really talk about what you think the game. I mean, the central message of the game is just because you die, just because somebody has died or has passed on, doesn't mean that they're not still with you, which I think is nice.
Of course.
Is nice.
That's a nice message. I think the game is, and I might be reading into it too much.
Yeah.
I think the game is about Kojima's relationship with Metal Gear.
Yeah.
One of the books that you read in the DHV Magellan is Moby Dick. And Dolman recaps it for you and is like, Captain Ahab had something taken from him.
He had a phantom pain.
He had a phantom pain, and he was never able to recoup that pain, and he became obsessed with the thing that took his limb.
Yeah.
And he created a ship of like-minded sailors, and together they formed something that was going to head out into the ocean and slay the thing that took Captain Ahab's limb. And then Dolman just straight up says, "It sounds like Kojima Productions."
Yeah,
which is fucking great. But I think beyond what Kojima Productions represents as a ship trying to do battle with a whale that took Kojima's limb, you also have Neil Vana, who is clearly a stand-in for Snake.
Mm-hmm.
Like he looks like Snake. He wears Snake's headband. And Snake, you're trying to execute Snake as Sam. You're trying to kill him off. But what you don't realize is that because Snake exists, you are able to protect, like he is able to protect literal tomorrow.
Yes.
And that it is misguided of Sam to try and attack the thing, to try and kill Snake.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for Snake, the things you want tomorrow wouldn't be possible.
Right.
And so it is very, like, it is a sort of like a communion that they eventually come to, where Sam realizes, oh, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have this.
Yeah.
And they kind of make peace with one another, even though he still has this bitterness because Snake cheated. Like he was in love with somebody.
Yes.
And Snake cheats on his lover.
Yeah.
It's like, I was dating Lucy. Lucy is Konami.
Yeah,
and then,
I was just thinking this too. Yeah, like Lucy's Konami, Sam is Kojima.
Yeah.
And he thinks he got fucked over by Konami.
But Neil secretly was protecting his ability to keep moving forward.
Yes. Neil, Snake. The reason that we even have Death Stranding is because of Snake in general.
Yeah.
And so then that sort of then brings me to the concept of Nirvana.
Right.
The soul returning to a collective consciousness. Is that then, do we think that's Kojima sort of reckoning that creation, that identity, that life that he gave to Snake and Metal Gear is no longer just his. It now belongs to everybody.
Yeah.
And I think that's gorgeous. I think that's so great.
Look, we might be reading into it.
Yeah.
I doubt it because Dahlman just says it's Kojima Productions.
Yeah, I doubt it as well, only because I've yet to see an ounce of subtlety in any of his video games. But it's interesting to think about because like it's so intentional.
Yeah,
it's like. Because if it wasn't Snake, it wouldn't be Snake. You know what I mean? He just wouldn't make him look like...
Yeah. And
also, it's just kind of crazy coincidence that there's also a remake of one of his games out there now.
Right.
And, there's a lot to be said about that. I know that there's a lot of people that were like, oh, Kojima's not involved. I'm not interested in it. I'm not doing it. I think I was reading something that was like 2/3 of the staff that worked on the game worked on the remake because they're all still at Konami. Only like 1/3 of the company left with Kojima.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's a pretty substantial amount of people that then know they're in that they are sort of thinking about it. I certainly would never defend the company, but I think it's like they were saying that they used that one because that one is like the most polished they used that one to remake instead of doing one of the earlier ones so they could train a new generation of game designers on Metal Gear games because it's like the most Metal Gear.
Yeah,
and I'm like it's just interesting information is all.
It's as a game creator, there's an interesting dichotomy between how on the nose he is, like how directly he's saying things, and then also sort of the crypticness of what his feelings are about a thing. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
like we all have. Because we were all exposed to PT, because we were all exposed to Phantom Pain, and because we were all exposed to this very public and sudden breakup between the company that had allowed him to make Metal Gear Sons of Liberty, had said, okay, dude, if you want to do it, go for it.
Yeah.
And then suddenly being divorced from all of that IP that he had been so personally involved with, you don't really know what happened.
Yeah.
And you also don't really know, is he angry about it?
Yeah.
I don't know. He hasn't spoken publicly about being enraged.
No.
He hasn't given an interview where he's like, there are a lot of, I'll cite The Last Jedi when Mark Hamill was like, I don't think Luke would act like this.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, you have a point of view and you've expressed it in such a raw way that it is affecting fandom.
Yes.
You have no idea what Kojima, he could be like, I don't give a shit about Snake. It's like a video game.
Yeah. Yeah.
He could be like, it felt like losing a child. And so that's why I made Death Stranding too.
Yeah. But then I feel like I've read a lot of people too be like, he didn't even want to make a third one. He didn't even want to make a third Metal Gear, which I'm sort of like, what? It's murky, but I think the truth probably lies somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
With something like that. But it's interesting that he's chewing on it and I think in the most public way that he ever has, like in the direct sequel to a game that people I think love and thought was great, but I feel like a lot of people write off as a simply as a walking simulator, which I'm like, that to me is the greatest indication that you don't know what you're talking about and have not played the game actually, because I'll tell you what, I didn't do that much walking in this game.
In this game?
No. You walk a lot in the first one, but I wouldn't even call it a walking simulator.
No.
I think it's just like, you wouldn't call God of War a walking simulator.
You do a lot of walking in that game.
The Last of Us.
Nope, walking.
Walking.
Walking simulator.
You're doing other stuff, but you're doing other stuff in Death Stranding too.
There's a point in Death Stranding too where, because I would log in and I'd be like, I'll do a couple of deliveries, and then I would end up just building roads because it's all I ever fucking did was build the fucking roads.
Yeah.
It's all I was like, I have to finish these fucking highways.
Yeah.
There's a late game mission where Die Hardman's like, okay, this one's a pretty tough one. You got 3 options of which way to go. You can go straight across the mountain. That's going to be a tough route. You go this way or you can go that way. And one of the ways he pointed to, he was like, you're going to have to go all the way around. And I was like, on my highway?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, you want me to drive on my perfect road, you fucking idiot?
So I got on the road and I was just like driving the stuff.
Yeah.
You do get attacked by motorcycles.
You do.
But
Pretty
it
cool,
was funny to be like, after that, it's just, there's no more motorcycles. You're just like driving on the road.
Yeah. It is like, my road, I wasn't completely, I wasn't a completionist with a lot of that stuff. But
I didn't level 2 that road.
No, it's stuff that I want to go do.
Yeah.
Though, and like get in there. But like, I had friends that were like, they completed the monorail. And
I did a lot of
I did a lot of monorail too, but at a certain point I was like, I'm just not in the mood for mining materials. It's like I'm good. I think because also the monorail takes too long. The monorail not that fast.
It's a slow rail.
I'm already there by the time the monorail decides to show up. I've already moved on to the next thing.
I've already driven to the top of the mountain and pressed jump with my anti-gravity truck and heard Sam go, oh, Paco.
I'm wondering if is there anything else that we feel like we want to get to? I feel like this won't be the only episode about this game we do. But who knows? It might. It also could be.
It could be. I don't know I don't know where Nick is in the game. You have some feedback from our friends?
I certainly have some of that. I don't know if I have any more other thoughts. I think that the way the story comes together is really great. I really love the characters. I love Dollman. Dollman's an all-timer for me. I think Neil is great. And obviously we've spent a little bit of time in like, what are you playing in weeks past, talking about some of the quality of life stuff that's changed and some of the newer systems, or like the stuff that has been tweaked to be more functional and more fun immediately. And that's the thing that I think that this game has over the first one, is that like, I think the first game is great, but this game is fun.
Yes, this game is more fun.
Yes.
The fighting is better. Combat is clean and fun.
Yeah.
I do think a lot about the interview that Kojima did, or the presentation he did where he was like, the game was playtesting so well that we had to go back and change it up a little because I was worried that we had made something mainstream. And I kind of agree.
Yeah.
It is more mainstream than Death Stranding. Man, I want to go back and play Stranding.
Honestly, kind of me too. Like I'd be interested just to see. I would like some distance from both, I think, and play them both back to back would be kind of fun, because it's almost Death Stranding 1.5 with like with how it's it's just more story.
I also want to shout out the obvious emotional toll the death of the lead singer of Low Roar took on Kojima.
Yeah.
He talks about how the first game wouldn't have happened without Low Roar.
Mm-hmm.
And the way this game unlocks music is that like the choice of music track that unlocks for you is is designed for the greatest amount of vibes or emotional impact.
Yeah.
And the last few tracks you hear are low roar tracks. And it was like, oh.
Yes.
Fuck, it hurt.
And that's just one of the things, I mean, that's like the main thing he's talking about, though, too. Like, I think, like, gosh, like, the game is obviously a lot about the pandemic. The first one wasn't because it came out right before it.
Right.
Which is crazy because it might as well have been about it.
Yeah.
But this one, it seems like it was just like a reaction to just like all the losses.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like just that experience of just like losing people.
There is
really crazy.
Like, again, I know I leveled some criticism, and it's not because I don't love these two games so fucking much.
Yeah.
My office has Death Stranding windows on the wall.
Yeah.
I've got a fucking BB on my shelf.
Yeah.
You know, like I listen to the fucking soundtrack to and from work, over and over again. I love this game. And he has such a control of vibes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there is no other gaming experience that I've had where all I'm doing is going from one place to another and I'm feeling something because of like where he times the music and the way the landscape is designed to be informed by that music. It fucking rules.
Yeah. I honestly would like to see him like make a movie. Like I think it would be interesting.
He's going to.
Is he going to?
I think he's announced.
Oh, he has like a partnership with like Paramount or something,
and
right?
And he's got representation at WME.
That's right. Yeah.
And he is doing OD and he's doing Fizzant.
Yes.
And then apparently is going to do a movie after those two.
Wow. Yeah. And I know that. Gosh, I wish I had the guy's name. The director of Pig is supposedly doing the Death Stranding movie for A24. And there's an anime coming of that. But I'm just like, he has such a command on vibes and has like obviously befriended a lot of directors and like I think studies them and like is just interested in them. I think that it would serve him well to direct a movie, I think.
Yep.
In the same way that like when we talked about Shin Godzilla last week on Get Animated, Hideaki Anno of Evangelion directing a live action Godzilla movie. I was like, oh, like you could tell that like it's not you wouldn't necessarily think of that as a transferable skill, kind of like it's because like they're two very different things,
right?
But then like you see his movie and his vision, you're like, oh yeah, no shit, he can make a fucking movie. Like it's great. Let's move on to this next part, the Ryu crew.
Hello.
These are all from our Discord, discord.gg/getplayed. Here we go. First one's from the mountain that abides.
Hello, the mountain.
I'm aware that there's a plot, and I swear I'm invested in the plight of Sam and company. But God help me, I'm addicted to building and upgrading roads. That's the great thing about the game, and that's one of the things that I think makes it so fun is that, well, it's also so funny, because like some of the story reveals are legitimately like devastating at points.
Yeah.
And then the idea, they just be like, I'm going to go build a road real quick.
Oh, that's something that I didn't talk about so there's a point where it's like tomorrow's been captured.
Yeah.
And you got to go to fucking Mexico and you got to save her. And I'm assuming this is where you're like, I can't turn back.
Yeah.
I got to fucking go. Unfortunately, the route I took, I passed by. I had the auto collection, collection thing on my. I had two shelters I had not unlocked, and I couldn't figure out what I had missed. And I was like, God, I didn't feel like I rushed this fucking game. And I'm driving across the mountain to get to Mexico, and my auto grabber grabs a piece of lost cargo from one of these shelters that I haven't unlocked. And I was like, what the fuck? It's like, it was called like ABAP or something.
Okay,
or something. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And I like went to my cargo manager and I was like, wait, what is this?
Yeah.
And I stopped going to save tomorrow and then just drove around on the mountain being like, it must be in one of these two locations I haven't unlocked, and then found the guy, and he was weird, and he's like, oh, I'm not ready to go on the chiral network yet, but maybe if you do a couple of jobs. And so I went to his orders, and one of them was nearby, and I was like, well, I gotta see who this person is.
That's so funny.
So like,
that's like getting in a car accident and then like seeing a friend, and then being like, the friend's like, oh, you want to like go do something real quick? It's like, yeah, and just like leaving your car there.
Also, like To the Wilder had started playing. It's like driving you towards Mexico.
Yeah.
And when I delivered to this guy, the song stops.
Yeah.
Because the game is like
you're not
going to fucking go save tomorrow?
That's so funny.
So I got him on the chiral network and he starts unlocking all this cool shit. And I was like, well, I want to see what else he can unlock before I go fight Higgs.
You can almost buy it a little bit narratively that Higgs would wait, though.
Yeah.
Because he's, like, so dramatic that he's like, I want Sam to see this, so I'll just wait to do this without until he gets here, because I can't initiate the final stranding.
I still didn't unlock the final whoever the guy is.
Yeah, I had a couple of red spots on my map, too, and it was infuriating.
Yeah.
But luckily, at the end of the game, it's sort of like, you can just kind of do whatever you want now.
But at the end of the game, I only have the one red spot.
Okay.
Because I stopped saving my daughter.
This next one's from Delia Ann, and they write, the reveal that the mannequin being voiced by Die Hardman was really just Die Hardman the whole time is one of my favorite twists of all time. That's one of my favorite things about this game is that, like, twists are handled like twists, but they're not really.
Yeah.
Because there's a point in the game, too, where, like, I can't remember if it's, like, Fragile or Rainy or something. They contact you on your communicator thing, and they're like, hey, like, somebody logged into, like, the VR trainings as Charlie, but, like, Charlie doesn't have arms or legs, so, like, how could he have done that? And, like, it's just, like, it makes you pick Die Hardman, and when you do that, I'm sort of like, well, he is just Die Hardman, right?
Yeah.
Like you're always like a little bit ahead of the reveals in it. And I think that's a fun way to do twist.
Yeah.
As non-information.
Yeah.
This next one's from Fake JSF.
Hi, Fake.
And they write, it's crazy how they took one of the best games ever and made it way better. Dollman is the best shotgun passenger of all time.
Agreed.
I love Dollman.
Fucking love Dollman.
Dollman's an all-timer for me. This next one's from Captain Buzzerbeater.
What's up, Cap?
The Magellan sound is forever etched into my consciousness. It's the first thing I hear when I wake up and the last thing I hear when I go to bed. It is my cell phone ringtone.
It is a good sound.
It wasn't jiving with me at first because also I had changed my ringtones from the first game immediately to the second game, and I wasn't used to them in the second game yet. So I was kind of like, I miss the old sounds a little bit. But now that I know the true nature of the DHV Magellan, the sounds are bangers.
The sound design across the board in the game is perfect. Like every click is pleasurable. All of the there's like a CRT sound, like an on television sound that happens when you're in the maps and the menus.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a small buzz, and it feels so fucking warm and good. It's great. All the chimes, the tones, the voice of the Magellan, it's great.
If he doesn't make any more games, he should just help other games make the sounds good.
Yeah, he should just have his fucking team do design like he's Joni Ivy.
Yeah, yeah, totally. And finally, from Norman Reedus, baby.
Hey, Norman. Thanks for listening to the
thanks
show.
so much for listening.
I think you're a good actor.
Yeah. I don't think he's a bad actor. I just think that I was just craving a little bit more.
Okay. I
would have got another take. I would have just got. I was just. I think everybody did a great job.
In the interviews he's done where he's like, yeah, Hideo was telling me that okay, now you're crying because there's tar coming up out of the ground. And he's like, I don't know what any of this means.
Yeah, it's infuriating to me. Can you imagine being in a movie and saying something like that?
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's to me, I'm sort of I think it's a new medium for some actors, right? So an actor who hasn't done that many of these, but has done 2 other ones with him, you would think that you would sort of have a grasp on the style. But I would also, it wouldn't shock me if Sam, if now we're getting into this is mean territory. It wouldn't shock me if Norman forgot he was in the first one.
No, he's the one that broke the news that the second one was happening.
That's true, right? Yeah. Norman Reedus Baby writes, I wish more game directors inserted random shit into their games, like using electric guitars as energy guns or riding a coffin like the Silver Surfer just for the sole reason that it kicks ass. That is sort of the driving force behind all of Kojima's ideas. It's
Yeah.
like, is this cool? Does this look cool? And then, like, if the answer is yeah, he's like, good.
Is this awesome?
Yeah.
It is awesome to surf on a coffin
Yeah.
and then put a corpse in it and dunk it into the
Yeah.
earth.
Didn't even talk about my favorite moment in the entire game. Real quick.
Oh.
I have to get to this. There's a part on the ship where Die Hardman is basically like assembling the Avengers of everybody that's on the ship, and sort of every character one by one has a moment, and they give you a thumbs up,
Yep.
and it's like 9 thumbs up in a row, and you feel like $1,000,000 because you're like, these are my best friends on earth. I love these guys, all of them, even Tarman's cat. Why not? Who's maybe his son. It's great. I love it. It's an all-time experience to me, and I can't wait to continue to think about it.
There is weird stuff. It's
Yes.
not, you know what I mean?
No, of course. I wasn't saying nothing. I was just saying I like the thumbs up.
I love all the fucking, I love the cat. I love the, that Tarman is missing his hands and he uses it to feel around in the, I love all the fucking weird shit.
It is good.
I just miss the layer of, Sam, you haven't read Nintendo Power?
Sam, have you ever read this book, Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance?
Right.
It's a contemplative read about a journey. That's this week's Get Played. Our show is produced and engineered by Rochelle Chen Ranch, yard underscore Sard on all social media and Twitch. Still doing Silent Hill 2, or are you moving on to Silksong? You can be honest.
I gotta finish Silent Hill 2.
I have to.
It's almost done.
You're
It's
almost done. Have you met the abstract daddy yet?
Yes.
Nasty stuff.
Bad
Nasty
man.
business, isn't it? Nasty business.
In it.
Not all of them can be freaking studs like Pyramid Head. Our show's music is by Ben Prunty, benpruntymusic.com. Our show's art is by Duck Brigade, duckbrigadedesign.com. And check out our merch, hats, shirts, sweatshirts, and more at kinshipgoods.com. And then you can check out our Patreon, patreon.com/getplayed for ad-free main feed episodes. Oh, God, I'm so bad at fucking talking. This is ridiculous. I should be Doll Man. I should be Sam not saying anything in some of these cutscenes. Fucking ridiculous.
I think you're good at talking.
Thanks so much. Patreon.com/getplayed for ad-free main feed episodes, our complete back catalog, and our exclusive show Get Animated, where we'll be talking about K-pop demon hunters, My Little Soda Pop. Join us over on our Discord. That was just for me.
That was for you.
Join us on our Discord, discord.gg/getplayed, and join the conversation, won't you? And you know who got played this week? Dollman.
Dollman. I would do a
Not a playable character.
I would, if there was like a VMU for the PlayStation 5 and there was a Dollman mini game.
Yeah.
I'd platinum it.
Yeah, I want more Dollman.
Yeah.
I hope we haven't seen the last of Dollman.
Yeah, Dollman's great.
I love him. You know who got played actually? Higgs.
Yeah, fuck you, Higgs.
Sorry, Higgs. Mine's heavier.
That was a HeadGum podcast.
Hi, I'm Alana Hope Levinson.
And I'm Dan O'Sullivan.
And this is The Outfit, the new podcast from Higher Ground and HeadGum.
We're two journalists who are slightly obsessed with the mob and organized crime and other nefarious stuff like that.
Every week, we're going to bring you a story about a mobster. Some you've heard of, some you definitely haven't. But all of them are going to help explain why America is like this.
See, the mob explains all sorts of things, from milk expiration dates to why we got into Cuba to Las Vegas.
Gay bars.
Who knew?
Who knew?
The mob's involved.
All that and more. Subscribe to The Outfit wherever you get your podcasts and watch video episodes on YouTube. New episodes every Thursday.
What's up, everybody? I'm Kyle Mooney.
And what's up, everybody? I'm Beck Bennett.
And man, we got something to tell you.
Oh, yeah, we definitely do.
Yes, it's a brand new podcast on HeadGum.
That's right, and it's called What's Our Podcast?
Yep, and that's because we don't have a single idea what our podcast should be about.
Yeah, we don't. So we actually have guests come on, and they tell us what they think our podcast should be about, and then we try it.
Yep, guests like Mark Maron, Jack Black, Brittany Broski, Kate Berland, Bobby Moynihan,
Meg Stalter, and Tim Balls.
Landon Axler,
Joni McGreeve.
and Dender.
And Dender. New episodes release every Wednesday. So subscribe to What's Our Podcast
on YouTube or any of your favorite podcast platforms.
Yeah.
I'm going to go do it right now.